Go.
Let me tell you a little something about Geology 101 with Sam Hudson.
We love the Earth and the rocks in it. So,
We're going to be talking about glaciers, river systems, and weather. Let me tell you a little something about glaciers. Them things are powerful. You know, big, little cottonwood canyons, the things you ski, climb in, those things were partially formed by glaciers. That's why they got that nice U shape with the flat bottom and the big, tall, steep sides. Now, let me tell you another little something. Now, if you're a BYU student, you might know the infamous Rock Canyon, but let me tell you a little something. That thing was not formed by a glacier. I am just so grateful for glaciers. They formed these canyons that I know and love, and I just know God put them things on the earth so I can have a good time. Parker.
thanks, Bench.
Wait,
Those glaciers he was talking about actually can melt into rivers. In this geology class, we learned how powerful rivers are. They cut through rock, create valleys, and constantly reshape the landscape over time. An example is actually right behind me in Rock Canyon, where a V-shaped canyon formed from a river. Because of this gradual process of rivers, I can now go climb up the canyon with my friends and understand how the slabs and boulders we climb were formed. This has helped me see God's creation as something living and active, not just something that was made once, but something that is still being formed. The way rivers slowly transform the land reminds me that God worked throughout time with purpose, even when this change is gradual. Rivers are a small part of how mountains like these can form. They are part of a much larger process called erosion.
Following Parker's analysis of river systems, we see erosion in a lot of other places. We saw erosion at the top of Rock Canyon when rocks at the top of the mountain were also found at the bottom. That is an example of erosion.
Just like Bench talked about, when we talk about glaciers, we gotta talk about erosion, we gotta talk about weathering. So glaciers primarily cause abrasion, which is like glacial ice filled with rocks and sediment, which acts like sandpaper grinding down the bedrock as the glacier moves. This process creates smooth, rounded valleys that we can enjoy today. Okay, so when we talk about weathering and erosion, this also can relate to God's creations for us and how we feel about God. So here at BYU, we like to relate everything back to the gospel and God's creation, especially in science. So weathering and erosion and glaciers can create awesome valleys for us that we can enjoy through hikes and skiing and mountain biking and all sorts of things like climbing, like Bench.
Also, it's really cool to see and learn about erosion because once you know about it, you see it everywhere. And I'm able to recognize that erosion happens. It started a very, very, very long time ago, which means Heavenly Father has always had us in mind. And fun ideas like climbing, shout out Bench, and skiing, shout out Bench, are all there for us because He loves us, and that's why He created science like this.
facts.
Okay.
Geology is dope. Make sure to take it, but only from Sam Hudson.
Thank you,
Thank you, Sam.